Count me in.
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 Don't count me in.
In a very short while, scenes like the ones you just saw will be happening everywhere in Ontario, from the smallest rural village to the largest city in the province. I'm Roderick Lewis, Chief Election Officer for the province of Ontario. We're proud of our voting system in Ontario, proud of the system that gives us the right to choose our government. But it takes a lot of people and a lot of work to make that system work smoothly. And most important, the whole system depends on the one thing that only you can give us, a complete, accurate, proper list of the people who are eligible to vote, and enumeration is still the best way of getting it.
I wonder if you both would place your right hands on the Bible and take your oath of office.
I, one of the undersigned, swear or solemnly affirm.
Though you may have been nominated to be enumerators by a candidate or a political organization, you must remember you have been appointed by the returning officer, and you are responsible solely to him. It is not only more difficult to enumerate by yourself, it's also illegal. So, before you and your partner actually begin the job of enumerating, it's always a good idea to get together informally and divide the responsibilities.
Well, I can get the car Tuesday. Bob's out of town.
Say, do you type? We're going to have to type those lists.
Yes, but I wouldn't win any typing contest. Do you have a typewriter?
Yeah, but I don't type very well.
Well, I brought the kit.
Let's take a peek.
The first thing you'll need is a complete understanding of who is qualified to vote and appear on your list. A person is eligible if, at the time of voting, they are 18 years of age, a Canadian citizen or other British subject, a resident of Ontario for the 12 months before the polling day, a resident of the electoral district, and if they are not disqualified or prohibited by law from voting.
Looks easy enough.
Yeah, come on, let's go inside.
Before you go out to work together, you can save yourself a lot of enumerating time if you fill out the shaded areas of the enumerator's record books and some notice envelopes. Since this information is the same no matter which house you visit, all you'll have to fill out during the actual enumeration will be the voter's name and address.
We need some of these. And a few of these books. And our old worksheet.
Just in case, carry your appointment form with you as identification. The only other helpful things to take with you are a smile and a cheerful manner. First, qualify your voter. Remember, you must accept any statement as to qualifications, so don't even consider entering into disputes. This actually makes your job easier, since you can ask one adult of the family if anyone else there is qualified to vote. For every eligible voter, complete the record form by putting in the name and address. Check your spelling, too. Titles, such as Mr. or Mrs., aren't necessary. You must visit every house at least once between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. Standard Time. If no one is home, and you haven't been able to get the necessary information from any other reliable source, then you must make another visit, this time between 7 and 10 p.m. Standard Time.
Nobody home there. Oh, maybe you can help us then.
Sure, I'd be glad to.
We're enumerating for the provincial election.
Oh, we got another election coming, eh?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Do you know if the people next door are qualified to vote?
The McPhersons? I think so. They've been my neighbors for quite a few years.
If no one is at home, but you can get the necessary information from a source you consider trustworthy, fill out the form anyway. Place it in the notice envelope and leave it at the house. If you can't get the necessary information by the second visit, drop off the empty envelope which tells prospective voters how they can be put on the list and whom to contact.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Make sure you go vote, eh?
Sure will. Haven't missed an election yet.
What, me vote? No way. Look, my wife's gonna be away. We're qualified, all right, but I don't want to vote for any of those bad...
To avoid problems later, and in case voters change their mind, take the names of all eligible voters, whether they say they intend to vote or not.
Well, you're a qualified voter, sir, so you should be enumerated.
My name is Charlie Smith.
And remember, no one is permitted by law to interfere with your enumeration. Well, no person can interfere.
Oh, just my luck. I'm going to be off at college. Hey, can anybody else vote for me?
In certain cases, people are permitted to have a proxy vote in their place, but only if they've been enumerated. If someone asks, simply tell him or her to contact the returning officer. When your enumeration is complete, the voting lists must be typed carefully and with a new black ribbon in your typewriter. Remember, not only poll officials, but the candidate who nominated you will be working from the list you type. Besides, lists not acceptable will be returned to you for retyping. So, first check the sample lists in your kit. Then, using the second copy of enumeration slips, sort your record sheets into the proper sequence, taking care that no slips are left in the books. Next, type a draft first on the worksheets supplied. Then, when you're sure the list is properly done, retype the list on the carbon sets supplied to you. Be sure you understand how the returning officer wants completed lists handled. In urban areas, he will probably want you to return the list personally, so he can take your oath of verification right away. In some rural areas, you may be asked to mail it, send it by messenger, or wait for it to be picked up. In either case, you'll be asked to post your list in the cover supplied, together with the proclamation fastened to the cover. Your list, plus any later revisions, will eventually form the polling list. It's a lot of work, all right. But on polling day, when millions of people pass smoothly through the polls, you'll know it was your work and your lists that made it all possible.
We have a good voting system in Ontario, perhaps the best in Canada, but the whole system starts and depends on you. So count yourself in as part of that great system by counting in all of Ontario's eligible voters.